Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Is EA finally going to give us a way to grind the menus and craft SBCs on FC25? Well, it looks like today we might be getting that crafting upgrade SBC. The first time we've had a crafting SBC, an objective combination this year. That's always a favorite of the community because it gives you extra packs for doing upgrade packs and it gives you a little bit of an incentive. So we're going to look at that and how it might make the menus fun again on this game, but how it also could disappoint. We'll discuss that a lot, but the market's starting to rise up as well after yesterday's icon pack, which was expected. We had a little bit of a dip, we had some low prices, and now things are starting to rise. There's more room for that this week. I think there's also some more room for buys. We're going to talk about the market in today's video, as well as look forward to what else we could be getting today on FC25. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Let's talk about yesterday's Sunday content, which wasn't overwhelming, wasn't underwhelming, just kind of somewhere in the middle, at least in terms of this evolution. I'll say the Ballon d'Or winner, we have one more, right? We had the Bonmati, we have the Ballon d'Or winner, Rodri. This one's 80,000 coins. And there's a couple of key players that fit this Evo that actually look pretty good. The highlights of this is it gives Tiki Taka Playstyle Plus, if you don't already have a Playstyle Plus, and some pretty good stat boosts. There are some stat caps here, 80 pace, 82 dribbling, but 86 physical and 86 defending is pretty high in those areas. You do get long ball pass and the position center mid, as well as bruiser, and you get deep lying playmaker plus as a part of this evolution. Now, you probably have seen some of the Evos. I think this Camavinga and this Enzo Fernandez, and of course this Musa double Evo, which we'll touch on in a second, I think these three are like the main options that a lot of people are picking. Of course, it's Evos. There's thousands of options. But if I look at this card and the stats of this Camavinga, who has not had a promo card yet this year, I look at a card that's probably costing more than 80,000 coins on the market. Even though he does not get a pace upgrade, the upgrade to the defense, the physical, the passing, and the shooting, not necessarily needed, but it's there. And the playstyles that are added to this card, I think he'd be more than 80k on the market for sure. I'm tempted by this Evo. I have not used the Camavinga card in the recent past in this game, and he's always good in game. People use his gold card for ages, even this year. So I think that's a worthwhile card to be putting into this and spending the coins on. Same thing with his Enzo Fernandez. He gets a pace upgrade, he gets a shooting upgrade, and gets a really nice defense and physical upgrade, a little bit in the passing and dribbling department, keeps the long ball pass plus, so he does not get Tiki Taka. But the rest of this card looks really, really good. 4-star weak foot. I think that card also would be over 80,000 coins on the market. Now, this is the real one that a lot of people are talking about. The Yunus Musa double Evo, taking the US Milan player, putting him into the no pressure, which is 100k, and then putting him into the Ballon d'Or winner Rodri, which is 180k total, but you get an absolute gem of a card here with Musa. So that's expensive for sure, but I think it's worth at least contemplating if you're a USA fan, or maybe if you want links to Pulisic or any Serie A links. But of course, there's a lot of great combinations to this. Chelsea player here, Romeo Lavia. Looks like some of those are expired, so you maybe not be able to do that one. But maybe even somebody you've already evolved in your club that you can just take up another level from this. I think it's a solid Evo. I don't know. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. Back-to-back days of paid evolutions, but it makes sense a little bit because it's after Bonmati and Rodri, the whole Ballon d'Or stuff. I don't know. It is a little bit pricey, so pick somebody there who you're interested in, but there are definitely some gems inside of that evolution. Now let's go to SBCs, where some of the action was, not all of it, but some of it, right? I want to talk about this player SBC, Iñaki Williams. A lot of people, I think, are interested in this Iñaki Williams because he has hype for being OP, and there's no doubt that he is. His Power Shot Plus Ultimate Edition Evolution card is the one that I keep thinking of. It absolutely destroys me every single time I play against him in Weekend League with his Power Shot Plus, namely with his pace and his decent dribbling, and just something about his card in the game. He's good. Very pacey, of course. That's the huge part about this card. The issue with this SBC, in my opinion, is the price, and especially if you've completed this evolution for Iñaki Williams, or even if you haven't done the Ultimate Edition evolution, which I know most people have, but if you still have this one hanging around and handy, like this card for 750 coins put into the Evo is almost identical. There is an 8 total stat difference on the face stats between the new one, who's 155k, and this basically free evolution, and you get Power Shot Plus. So I honestly think that this SBC is not good value, in my opinion, but I know that a lot of people don't have the evolution still. I just don't know. Like, do you really want to do an 155,000 coin SBC for somebody who's probably going to be a super sub off the bench? Maybe if he's super cracked, yes, but I'll kind of leave that one up to you guys, because personally for me, that one's kind of an L, but I hear and I've experienced his Evo cards. He is very OP. So that's something to kind of consider there. Not like a massive player SBC, though, in any regard. Now, we had another Ballon d'Or challenge, which don't worry, I'll get these done. Do not worry. But we had the third, right? Today is going to be the fourth and final Ballon d'Or challenge, and we will be able to, I think, complete the Ballon d'Or objective. This one had a big pack, a mega pack, which is actually really interesting because it's doing a couple of things. First of all, this SBC is making hunters and shadows on the market drop a lot in price, because this is a tradable mega pack, which gives consumables. Those cards are down a lot on the market in value. I think some people are going to invest, hoping they will rise back up after the supply kind of ends, which could be something that you go ahead and do. I don't trade with consumables often, but that is something that a lot of people do, especially because that doesn't take up room on your transfer list. You can just store those in your club, thousands of them, if you want to buy that many. The second thing about this SBC is it is making some Bundesliga cards, specifically Bundesliga non-rares and some rares, but Bundesliga players have gone up a lot for this. I sold Raum, the Leipzig left back, for like 4,000 coins yesterday. I sold another card that was a non-rare for like 1.7k, another one for 3k. So check your club. There's some cards going crazy for this. They're probably down a bit now. You don't even need all of those players necessarily. You just need one Bundesliga player, and then you can do the rest with I think a certain nation or something like that, or maybe some Frauen Bundesliga players. It's not terrible to do that one, but it is making some prices go up on the market. Now, the other SBC, the big one, the Icon Pack, is what we really need to discuss next. And guys, I'll be honest, this one is the icon pack that was expected. It is the max 88 base icon. EA made it just a smidge cheaper. They swapped out one 86 rated squad for an 85. They got team of the week requirements still in here. It's kind of the same icon pack that we had 2 weeks ago, but this SBC is falling flat in terms of the hype. I think just because the upgrade pack weight on these is so bad, and people don't really want to spend 300,000 coins to get an Ian Rush or to get somebody who's probably not that good. I think we'd rather do like a player SBC, like an icon player SBC. I really hope there's more of those coming. Like, there's got to be at least another one with the Centurions promo. I think maybe we'll hear more about that either today or tomorrow through leagues, if there's going to be another one. I just have to imagine that there is. But I keep looking at this SBC, and I think a lot of you guys are feeling the same way. It's a skip. It's a pass. It's just not worth your fodder now. It's really not, because at first, some of these icon packs, they had hype because it was like, let me try it. Let me gamble a little bit. See if I could get something good. But now our teams are getting to a level where there's more players in this pack that maybe don't upgrade your team than there are the players that do, if that makes sense. So, yes, it is an icon pack. Yes, it has hype. But honestly, GG's to the community for not doing this SBC. And how do I know that the community is not doing this SBC as much overall? I mean, sure, there's a lot of people that are doing it because it is fun, and some people just do these SBCs every single time to have fun. No problem with that if that's your thing. But when you're talking about being no money spent and trying to play this game the smart way and not lose out on too many coins, especially in a time of the market where it's crashed a lot, and it's really, a lot of people have already lost coins. So if you do an SBC like this, you're losing even more. And the fodder tells the story in terms of people not wanting to do the SBC. If you take a look at this, guys, fodder is actually down lower than it was yesterday before the SBC came out. Look at this. Fodder was 9K. The Grimaldo was 9.2K. There was a bit of a bump right after the SBC came out. I believe that almost all 86s were like just shy of 10K for like 30 minutes. And then they went all the way down now to 8.8K. Guys, 86s are down. 84s and 85s are still up, but 87s and even 88s, while they did go up just for a little bit after content. You see this spike here on Ederson, 16K. He was below 16 for sure on bid, spiked up to about 17K, and then boom, straight back down to 16K flat. It just tells me that there's not as many people interested in this SBC, which, I mean, I guess if you invested in fodder, you're bummed for. And by the way, if you did invest in fodder, there may be some people getting their weekend league rewards today and then going and doing this SBC. So I don't think you have to panic at all on that fodder just yet, because there could still be SBCs coming out today. This one does refresh, I believe, on Thursday, which is probably before you want to have your fodder out. But I could see a little bit of a rise on fodder, at least in the 86s to 88 department. But the fact that fodder did not go up much is just kind of I mean, that tells a story that not too many people are interested in doing this SBC. So that's kind of the whole situation there. I mean, if it was a uncapped icon pack, which I guess EA thinks it's too early for at this stage, then it would have a lot of hype. But again, we're limited, max 88. There's a lot of icons that we would love to have a chance at and even be willing to pay a little bit more for, but they're not included because, EA still wants to limit us on that icon pack capabilities right now. So I do think there could be some more rises on fodder as on the rest of the market today, but we'll get to that later in the video. Now, one thing that I forgot to do, maybe some of you guys did too, or maybe you did the SBCs and forgot about the game. Yesterday was Inter versus Napoli, and we have yet again another draw. We are now 2 for 2 on Showdown upgrade SBCs, being both draws in the games where the upgrades are on the line. Since this was a draw, and since EA updated the cards Ugarte and Caicedo last week pretty quick, maybe these cards, Darmian and Politano, will get their +1 upgrades today, but that was the outcome of that game. And the last thing from yesterday's content that I was surprised to see, or maybe to not see, was EA did not add the 85 times 5 pack, that pack that we keep talking about, like, oh my goodness, this could really impact the market. EA did not release it. They did not release it in the store. It is not here. So that's really interesting why they didn't do that. I would have figured that they would have yesterday, but they didn't. And of course, with that, we didn't have as much panic. We did have the icon pack yesterday, and there were some prices that dropped for sure, but the market really, after content yesterday, just kind of started to go up after maybe a little bit of a dip. We've now just been rising. Now, we'll talk about the market a little bit later on in this video, but I actually want to get to the exciting stuff because this crafting objective and SBC combination, guys, if you don't know what a crafting SBC is, this is a really big deal because these are some of the best ways to do SBCs. When there's a big SBC out, like right now a Puteus or other player of the months of old or other icon SBCs, we will see if this is your first year playing the game and you've never done or heard of a crafting objective / SBC combination. This is one of the best ways to get a whole bunch of fodder, open a bunch of upgrade packs, usually at the best value possible when there's a upgrade pack SBC, like we get every single week, tied to an objective where you get extra rewards for doing the SBC. That's kind of what this crafting upgrade objective situation is. Now remember, EA accidentally released this stuff on Friday morning before Centurions was even out. They kind of leaked what the crafting upgrade was going to look like. And when we saw that, looking back on this tweet, shout out to Riggers on Twitter, it doesn't look very good, to be honest, guys. A 78 double, a 78 3, a 78 5, a 80 times 3, an 81 3 for doing the crafting SBC 100 times, and then an 82 times 5 is the group reward. That actually, in terms of rewards, is really bad. Compared to 1 year ago in FC24, we had a reward every 10 SBC completions instead of every 20, like this new one is, according to the leak. And we had better packs last year, worse packs this year. The first thing you notice here is that the first 70 or first 60 times you get Electrum packs and Jumbo Premium packs. That actually helps you because you're maybe packing a little bit of fodder, but then you're also packing some golds that you can go ahead and put back into the upgrade pack. And then look at these, an 80 times 10, an 84 2, and then two 83 times 3s. There's no 80 times 10 or 84 double, and 82 times 5 for doing this entire objective, the completionist objective for doing the crafting SBC 100 times. We get you that bonus and these bonus packs. That is really not good. So I hope that EA made a mistake or whatever when they dropped this upgrade SBC completionist, and I hope they update it and make the packs better because they need to. If that's going to be our crafting objective, and the upgrade pack itself is not very good, it's going to be an L. I'm always excited for a crafting, right? And if you think about the state of the menu so far this year, we have a League SBCs and we have a combo upgrade pack. Last week we had the 81 combos on Monday, which those were decent, but you needed 5 rares, and it was just kind of annoying, and they're just not that great to get fodder from. But with a crafting objective, usually the requirements on the upgrade pack are really cheap. It just requires gold commons, and sometimes it doesn't even require a full squad of 11 gold commons. It's just 7 or 8 or something like that. And if that's the case today, that could be a nice upgrade pack. We really, really need that. I don't know what upgrade pack it would be. Maybe a 78 double. Maybe it would just be 3 rare gold players packs. We'll have to see. But, I mean, I have high hopes for it. I hope EA changed some things. And a crafting objective with how many packs you can do in an SBC combination always has potential to be good. But I'm keeping my expectations tempered because of how that reward looks. But the one thing you can do to prepare for a crafting objective today would be buy up some commons, but don't spend too many coins, right? Because that's kind of defeating the purpose of doing a crafting objective like this. If you're going and spending a whole bunch of coins buying commons to get all those SBC packs done and to get that objective done alongside of it, it kind of defeats the purpose of it, right? The whole fun of a crafting objective is, rinsing and grinding through the menus. One thing we would need actually right now to help us do a crafting objective is some sort of upgrade pack that gives us gold commons. And I'm not just talking about the normal gold upgrade that's right here, like a pack where if you turn in a bronze and a silver squad, gives you a 10 non-rare gold players pack with 1 rare. Like one of those types of packs is what we would need alongside of a crafting to help us get that SBC done. So I hope we get one of those today as well, but I'm not expecting it. Realistically, what I expect today is this objective and then a crafting upgrade SBC, which might be a 2 or 3 rare gold players pack, and hopefully it just requires common golds. But again, the hope with this is that it would just be a lot of packs that you can get for pretty easy. Then you can go and craft. If you get some 84s, 5s, and 6s along the line there, consistently, semi-consistently from those upgrade packs, that can allow you to chip away at a card like a Puteus, or do even a cheaper SBC if you don't have a lot of fodder like Darwin Nunez. So crafting objectives and SBCs are always looked upon in a very, very positive note. I'm just a little bit worried about today based on those leaks, but I do think that's going to be today because it hasn't dropped yet, and Mondays are usually upgrade pack days. Now let's talk about the market, guys. With that, I don't think it's going to impact the market a whole lot today. If we just get that SBC objective combination, it's not going to really make the market move a lot. Maybe if we get a player SBC, it'll move a few things, but I really think the market's going to continue on this upward trajectory. I've already started to see it. Some cards have been going up. We made a couple of really good trades yesterday. I bought this Hansen for 1.26. I bought this Kaká and played Weekend League with him for 1.07. It's not like I'm making insane profits and cards are like absolutely flying to the moon, but it's just nice small profits as these cards just start to rise, right? I mentioned Pulisic. Pulisic is a card that's actually starting to take off a good amount. I think he's over 200,000 coins now. And as expected, we had a little bit of a dip yesterday as we went into the content drop and we went into the SBC coming out. And then it's kind of just gone up from there, right? This Rodman was up to 630. She was down at 600 right around content. And then boom, she started to go up since then. If we look at the Pulisic card, just to keep our examples straight here, Pulisic is about 200,000 coins. But yesterday, he went down to 180 right before the content drop or right after, and then boop, started going back up, and now he's 200,000 coins again. Again, the out-of-pack special cards are the best for this. Those are the ones that are rising the most and are going to rise the quickest because there's no supply for them. But there are still opportunities to maybe buy some gold cards. Like yesterday, I bought a Bonmati at 85, 86K. Looking back, hindsight's always 2020. I wish I would have bought some more right here because this is when I picked her up at like 86, 85, 86. Wish I would have bought like, I don't know, how many coins do I have? 400K left. If I could have bought like 5 or 6 more, that would have been awesome. I picked up a Puteus at 226 as well. She went really low, rebounded back up, and even was in the 240s again right now. But that's a card that I think would rise throughout the rest of this week. Some cards didn't drop that much. Valverde, VVD, Saliba, maybe down just a couple thousand coins. Heung-min Son down a couple thousand coins. One thing we were saying yesterday on the stream was if you wanted to buy a gold Mbappe, I think that was your time yesterday to buy the card, right? At like 2.8 mil. He's now approaching 3.1. He'll still probably have some fluctuations. I'm not saying that things are going to just absolutely take off and explode today. I just think it's going to be a nice upward trajectory towards the end of this Ballon d'Or loan situation. And once we get towards Thursday, right? That's the day I want to kind of pinpoint to and look at, right? Is once we get towards Thursday after Division Rivals rewards, I think that's when you'll see kind of these prices really start to lift off again, but it should be a nice slow rise throughout this week unless we have some crazy leaks about some content, which as of right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I think if you still see cards that are low on the market today, I think it's a great opportunity to pick up some stuff. Again, I'm looking at out-of-pack special cards, icons and heroes as well. Icons are having great movements right now, especially after the panic selling, because since they're really rare, they're just rare, and they have movements And once they start going up, they just go up really quick. Like this Roberto Carlos was under 1.3, and now he's like 1.3 highs. The Rudy Voller that we were saying get at 440. He was 440 on Saturday and a little bit on Sunday. He's now 515. Forlan was 290, 300K yesterday, and now he's 330. A lot of these rare cards are starting to rise back up, and I think it's bringing great opportunities to buy them. Now, the other cards I want to look at really quick are the Centurions. I think these will actually have some rises today as well. But I think some of them have already started going up. Modric is up like 50K, 40K. Rodri was just 2 mil. He's up. Bruno is up. I'm really interested in this Jonathan Tah today. I think he could do really well. He's got a lot of hype. Yesterday, he dropped from like 160 down to 130. He's 140 right now. I think at 130, it's a good buy. Hopefully, he goes to 150 today. Ferran Torres is somebody who I picked up. Wow, he's really rising, 125. I picked up 2 of him yesterday right here and sold them like right here, about 117 to 120, and that's kind of what he is right now. He's looking like he's going to go up. Muller could rise a little bit today, maybe Emre Can as well. Just some of these like lower tier cards and some of the middle tier cards I could see people buying. Same thing with the icons. These cards fluctuate a lot. People want to use them. They're probably going to rise some today too. Not necessarily longer term holds on the cards that are in packs, because they'll probably drop later in the week at Rivals rewards. But I think for a lot of the market, it's going to be hopefully a bit of an upturn in the right direction after all the panic that we have had this weekend. Hopefully it's just a start of a increase in value for a lot of cards and not a return back to normal. I don't expect any of these cards to really return back to normal, but just the rise that we've been expecting and the rise that we were hoping to see. Again, I think you can hold a little bit later on in the week, because once those loans expire, the Mbappes, the Hansons that we're all playing against, once those expire on Tuesday, tomorrow, that means people are going to go have to buy more players back for their squads, and you'll see some prices go up. So that's kind of the market situation at the moment. Now, last thing I want to touch on is the rest of the content today, right? Upgrade packs, we yapped about that. The completionist or the crafting objective in SBC. I don't think we'll get any other upgrade packs besides that. It'll probably just be that one. The other SBC that we still have on the horizon out of all the leaked ones is this O'Hara end of an era card. More NWSL or USA links. I guess you keep an eye out for those, because they've been moving so much recently on the market. I don't know if gold Sophia Smith is a buy, but that seems to be the kind of low budget investment that everybody, oh my goodness, 55,000 coins. She was 40K yesterday, even 44K at the content drop, and now she's 55K. I would imagine this SBC is coming today if that card is up that much. Let me take a look at Tim Howard. He was 92K. He's still pretty low. Okay, so he's not up that much. Definitely take a look at some of your NWSL players, because if those links are starting to rise, what about like Rodman Inform? Rodman Inform on a cheaper level. Oh my gosh, 224. Yeah. Oh, it's nice to see the markets finally start to go up, man. So if you haven't bought any cards and you're looking to, definitely go through on Footbin and try to find some players that are still low overall. If you, especially out of pack specials, heroes and icons, look at the graphs, find some that are still near their low point, that are cards people actually are going to use, and maybe pick up on some of those, because they still could be rising up this week. But I do think we'll get a O'Hara today or some sort of player SBC. And then that might be it. Like maybe we have a rush objective reset. Nah, it's tomorrow on Tuesday. Yeah, the last thing I want to mention is, like I said, we got to get another icon SBC during this promo, right? Centurions, if we only get a Verone and that's it, that would be crazy. So maybe if you do have fodder, holding on to it just in case we get a better icon SBC, which really there's no way to go. Like I said in yesterday's video, there's only one way to go from Verone, and that's probably up. And I don't believe this is a 2-week promo. I think this is a one and done. And after this, we're going to have another promo. So if they're going to give us a Centurions icon SBC, hopefully it would be at least starting to be leaked or known about today on Monday or into tomorrow on Tuesday. And that could make fodder go up a little bit, and maybe it would be an SBC that'd be worth doing, because right now, with the crafting objective and SBC coming out today, I'm faced with the question, do I start chipping away at Puteus, even though it seems expensive, but I'm just hearing this card is so cracked, and it's actually one of the only SBCs that feels not worth it to do, but like a huge upgrade to the team worth it to do right now. Do I do Darwin Nunez, who would be in my team for a little bit and be fun? Do I do the Robbie Keane, who would be in my team for a little bit and be fun? Or again, do I chip away the Puteus, who would be in my team for a really long time? Maybe I wouldn't be able to get her done for a week or something like that. but we would be able to use that card in our team for a really long time. That's kind of the conundrum that I have right now. Before my loans go away, I literally buy Puteus every day and play her as a center attacking mid, or like buy Kaká like I did today. He was so mad fun to use. So maybe I'll try another icon here for my last couple of games of Foot Champs. I had a terrible start. If you guys want to watch on the second channel, the bit of pain. We had a terrible start, but we brought it back. We're 5-6. I got 4 games to go. I'm going to finish off, and then you will see these rewards tomorrow on stream, or today on stream, actually. Sorry, I'm a day ahead. Today on stream, and then also in the second channel YouTube video. So if you want to catch up with the TFA TG, all the trades, watch me trade and talk about the market in action from yesterday's stream, that will be on the second channel there. But yeah, guys, the crafting objective in SBC today is really the biggest thing. And again, I hope EA change this. It needs to be better than this. Literally just look back at last year. If they did this again, that would be way better than what this is. So fingers crossed that they do, but we will have to see, guys. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. If you're excited at least for maybe a little bit of the crafting SBC today, drop a thumbs up on the video. Comment down below if you have any questions. And of course, subscribe if you're new. And let's make some profit today, guys. Have a great Monday, great start to the week. I'll see you guys in the Twitch stream. That link's down below in the description. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you guys there. Peace out.